Jack carefully scratched off the numbers on the check, rewrote them with a pen, signed his name, and smiled. The fake check was complete, but the bank wasn't stupid. His clumsy forgery was immediately spotted by the staff. No matter how much he pretended to be sick or tried to gain sympathy, he couldn't even cash $5. Disheartened, he walked aimlessly down the street until a group of pilots caught his attention. They wore sharp uniforms, carried themselves with confidence, and were surrounded by beautiful flight attendants. Even children ran up to them asking for autographs. The bank manager personally came out to serve them. Watching all this, Jack's eyes filled with envy, and suddenly he knew what he wanted. He decided he would pretend to be a pilot. Jack posed as a reporter and, under the pretext of conducting an interview, gathered as much insider information as he could. He didn't miss a single detail. The next step was getting that fancy pilot uniform. He walked into a uniform shop and claimed he had lost his old one and needed a replacement. Since he didn't have any money, he tried to pay with a fake check, but the old clerk told him he didn't need to. All he had to do was provide his employee number and the airline would cover it. The free uniform was perfect. With his good looks and sharp outfit, everyone admired him. When he returned to the bank, everything changed. The same fake checks that were previously rejected were now accepted without question. Simply by changing his clothes, his forgery started working. He checked into luxury hotels with ease and even began flying for free, sitting directly in the cockpit as a co-pilot. Whenever the real pilots asked him questions, he answered confidently and fluently. He flew over 3 million kilometers without making a single mistake. To make his checks look even more authentic, he bought an old, discarded printer from a bank and used airplane logos from model planes to stamp them. Soon his room was filled with airplane models, each one helping him craft his next set of fake checks. But the police were catching on. Carl, a determined investigator, noticed a rising number of forged check reports and traced them to a hotel. When he arrived, he was shocked to find Jack was staying there. Carl decided to arrest him immediately to prevent any escape. However, when they burst into the room, it was empty. It didn't even look like a place used for forgery. Carl called out toward the bathroom, ordering whoever was inside to come out. Jack stepped out calmly, pretending to be an investigator himself, examining the supposed evidence. Carl asked to see his ID. Without hesitation, Jack handed him his wallet. As Carl leaned in to inspect it, Jack pointed toward the window and said, "Hey, look, just do me a favor. Take a look outside. See, my partner's walking into the car right now." Carl glanced toward the window, and in that brief moment, Jack seized the opportunity. He quickly packed up the printer and rushed out the door. A second later, Carl realized something was off. Inside the wallet were several cards, but no ID. He looked out the window just in time to see Jack fleeing in a panic. Though the arrest failed, Carl now knew exactly what the fraudster looked like. Catching him was only a matter of time. And on Christmas Eve, while Carl was working late in his office, the phone rang. To his surprise, it was Jack, calling him personally.